My name is Tori Kusakawa. I'm in 11th grade at Rowland Hall. If I were to describe a Rowland Hall student, my experience has been warm, which is really nice, being able to talk to each other. And I mean, that's not just with the students, it's also with, the teachers.
So this problem we're exploring, Sabina's cows. What's our population of interest in this problem?
The cows?
It's just the cows, right? It's the herd. Bella, what parameter are we trying to determine about this herd?
The total amount of cows.
Yeah, so we're really interested in like what's the size of the herd? How many cows? And then this was the big challenge, is that you all created a statistic, and those statistics are supposed to be estimates for the size of the herd.
So the Sabina's cow problem is about a farmer who has a bunch of cows stomped into his farm, and he's quite upset about that. And he finds that on each of these cows there's a tag, and you're trying to figure out, with those numbers, how many are in the entire herd.
So your method seems to predict, on average, it predicts 350 cows in the herd. How many cows were in the herd?
342.
Okay, so from 7 cows, you were able to project how big the herd was to, on average, your method's gonna get, within 8 cows, right?
Yeah.
I kind of made this silly problem about a lady and her zucchini patch and, some marauding cows that are coming in there and trashing her zucchinis. But this is actually really connected to a famous historical problem in statistics. So I want everybody to break out their laptops. You can come back to your seats, break out your laptops. Google the German tank problem.
How are they walking or moving into battle? What are those cleaned, well-oiled mechanisms, perhaps?
They're tanks. They're not beautiful. They're rudimentary and they're practical, and they're trudging in through mud and dirt, not on pristine white horses with lances. It's bayonets.
How does Hemingway view these abstract notions of glory and honor?
They're useless.
They are useless. Why? What do words such as glory and honor and sacrifice, what are they covering over?
Well, they're abstract ideas covering the brutality of war.
The brutality of war, just like grass. So that's a perfect segue, right? Let's remind ourselves, who is the speaker in this poem? How is that so different?
The grass.
The grass. And what is the grass's kind of attitude toward these bodies? And go ahead, Austin.
Wars are gonna happen, and basically the grass it just covers over it.
So with the poem in mind, I ask you guys to go home and try and capture the cadence, maybe some of the tools, to write your own short imitation, right? And to think about language and think about a point of view other than your own.
And throw them far into the Indian Ocean, and throw them far in the Mediterranean Sea, and the Bay of Biscay, drown them under and let me free. 20 years, 100 years, and passengers ask the captain, what sea is this? Where are we now? I'm the ocean, let me free.
Mourn the fallen again in Orlando and Vegas. Bury them beneath and let us persist. We are the guns, we foster destruction. And mourn them again at Douglas High, and mourn them again at Columbine and Sandy Hook. Bury them beneath and let us remain. 1 year, 5 years, and citizens ask the world, what society is this? Where must we turn now? We are the guns, let us persist.
When I first came to the school to shadow, I walked in and I realized that Dr. Halloran's class was like an office. There are books lining the back wall, and you all sit around this one big table.
I read that book.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to have a conversation about this book by Lizzie Collingham. The book asks you to consider the centrality of something which is not usually at the center of narratives about the war for any of the combatant nations, including the United States. And that's the necessity to feed populations. So, same format as usual, and I am eager to hear what you thought.
My mother always said, you do something, you choose one thing and you get really good at it. But of course you can't really choose something and practice it well if you don't have a passion for it. And the teachers really do a great job of getting that excitement out of you. And I think that's something really quite special.
I would suggest to you that we're strange people, human beings, in our ability to both see and not see. And here you have something which tells you that an item you see every day, something that's right in front of your eyes, is much more powerful in human history than you may have imagined. And so appearances can be deceiving. The appearance of the power of politics may mask the value of something else, which is apparent, right? You see it all the time, but you don't really see it until somebody like Collingham helps you to appreciate the power it's exerting over you and over other people and what they will do relative to you. So that was the purpose of the book. I thank you for your many insights. It's been a pleasure to see you this morning, and thank you for your tolerance of what we're doing today. Also, whoever ordered this snow, you're on the naughty list.